Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Very excited today out here with the family, and my wife and I are going to be setting up a new mulch bed in this area right here. So I've got the scythe out. I'm going to clear out all the tall grass and weeds and stuff here. I'm going to chop it all down. I'm going to leave it in place. I'm not going to rake it or anything. Then I'm going to put down a layer of cardboard. My wife is clearing off the tape and everything from the cardboard. If you guys haven't seen that in previous videos, I've talked about it, but just basically we're going to lay down, a thing of cardboard. We don't want to leave any of the cellophane tape or anything on there. That might not decompose correctly like the paper will, but then we're going to start putting the mulch on there, and I'll show you guys the layers as they go on. So let's get to work. Okay, back at it the next day. I've actually changed my mind, and I'm going to just collect with a big rake all the clippings here, or whatever you want to call them, the hay. And the reason being is that I actually kind of need some for my compost pile. So I'll be doing, excuse me, I'll be doing a separate video about human manure and what I'm doing with it. But basically I need some for that. So I'm going to collect this and then just throw it on top of my compost pile. So let's get this all cleaned up, and then we'll get the cardboard down. Alright, I got most of the hay already piled up and moved. There's maybe about at least that much more that I've already moved. But then I was kind of looking at this spot here in the ground. I'm not sure how well it translates to the video, but there's quite a bit of a depression right here. It's, I don't know, maybe like a good foot or two lower than the sides, like over there. So what I'm going to do is take the root system of the evergreen bush that I took out. This didn't get chipped, it wouldn't go in the machine. So what I'm going to do is kind of chop off bits and pieces of it using my clippers, and then just kind of dump it in here, sort of like a hugel. I'm going to bring some more soil that I have that's going to be kind of like extra soil. I'm going to cover it and try to level it out a little bit. Probably not be perfect or anything, but I'll try to level it out, and then I'm going to put wood chips and stuff on top. So I may save some of the hay over here as well, just for this part, for extra filler, so I don't need to bring so much soil. So I'm going to do that right now and chop this up, put it in here. So I got it all chopped up. I've got one little kind of mass left at the center there, but that's going to be fine. I tried to make sure that the height of that is not going to be sticking up higher than the edge here. So I'm going to spread this around, kind of that main trunk, and then I'm going to start bringing some soil on top of it. Let's dump it on. So I got 3 wheelbarrows full of dirt on top of the roots, and now I've added the little bit of hay that I had over there. I'm going to add the rest of that little pile that's still left on here. Then I'm going to add more dirt on top, and the idea is that I'm going to plant only shallow rooted stuff in this little area until this has had a chance to really break down and kind of rot away and turn into soil. So maybe I'll do the strawberries here. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll think about it for a little bit, but that might be what I plant here. But let's get some more dirt on top. So that took a little bit of effort. It was about 10 wheelbarrows full of soil that I brought on here. I'm going to have a bunch more soil from other earthworks that need to get done. Later on we're going to be digging out a big hole for a septic tank type thing. So there should be a lot of soil still left to even out any kind of holes or little unevenness here and there in the yard. So I'm not too worried about using this soil here. It's relatively flat. There is still a little bit of a bump there, you can see, but it's pretty good. I obviously haven't compacted this. It would definitely get crushed down, and it will, I'm sure, with the rain and everything else and as the stuff decays. But for now, this is the amount of soil that I had easily available to me to move here. So that's all I want to do for now. I still think this is pretty good. I fed multiple birds with one seed by doing this, because one, I evened it out pretty nicely, or relatively good enough. And then I also got rid of the unsightly roots of that creeping evergreen, and so that's good. I'm going to hopefully increase and improve the productivity of this soil by doing the burying the biomass and letting it decompose there slowly. Yeah, so it's basically like a whole bunch of good things all happening just from doing this one thing. So now Gonna have to finish cleaning out the cardboard, and then we're gonna lay this area down and start getting the mulch on. So now all the cardboard is cleaned out and laid out. I didn't cover the area that I filled since it doesn't have any weeds to kill anyway. And I also wish that I had more cardboard because I would have come out a little bit further this way. I may, well, I mean, let's get this part covered first. And then if we have enough mulch, I may extend it further this way at a later time. But we'll see. I think for now, just doing this area will be a great start. So let's get going with my favorite part, adding the mulch. Quick pro tip that may be obvious to some but wasn't to me. If you try to use the wheelbarrow to kind of go into the middle of the cardboard, you end up moving the cardboard around. So I usually actually like to start on the edges, get a whole bunch of mulch down, and then use a rake to kind of push some stuff in, and I'll just keep adding to the side until I kind of start seeing everything you know, stabilized and the cardboard isn't moving. I suppose you could also probably like sprinkle it with water beforehand, and that would probably kind of weight it down as well, but I haven't done that before. But maybe just a trick to try. So let's get back to work. And it's finally done. Roughly 2 days of work here to do the whole thing. It would have been a lot faster if I didn't have to bring all the soil here for the, you know, fill and to chop up those roots. But anyway, I think without that it would have probably been still maybe a little over a day. But now we've effectively doubled our growing area. I didn't measure it, but it's probably about, I don't know, maybe a little over 2 meters, maybe 2.5 meters wide, and it's probably at least a good 5, maybe 6 meters long. Got the little apricot tree growing there in the corner, and yeah, we'll definitely be planting some you know, fruit bushes and other things in here. I have yet to kind of come up with a plan for how we're going to split up things and what we're going to plant where. I will probably still mix in things, and I'm definitely going to do the flowers because those worked out really well. The marigolds certainly helped keep our tomatoes and peppers healthy, so I will definitely be planting more flowers. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to show you guys what I do with the existing mulch bed to get it ready for next year, but that'll be a separate video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. And hopefully everybody's encouraged to get out and start doing their own garden. I think this is a really easy thing you can do. It saves you a ton of work in the long run. I know it seems like a lot of work now to get it all prepped, but it really will cut down immensely on time that you need for watering, your resources, so you don't need to water actually, and just your time for watering and your time for doing the weeding. It's not foolproof. Weeds do eventually come through and into the bed, but they are far, 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 far fewer than if you would have just, you know, dug up everything and done an open soil kind of system. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye.